I'm Pastor Penny Hogan, and today we're going to continue to learn about Family Promise, our Lenten mission partner, who we are trying to raise $40,000 for by Easter Sunday. Today, I'm here at Westside's barn, where we house our Family Promise families 3 times a year. With me are Laura Given and her mother, Sandy Murphey.
Hello.
Hi. Sandy and Laura, it's so great to have you here today to share a little bit about your personal experience with Family Promise. Can you tell us how long you've been involved and your inspiration to continue to stay involved?
So we've been involved about 5 years. The first time we got involved was, I think, a pretty powerful experience for the two of us. It was amazing to see 4 different families that were mostly women and young children in their 30s of all different backgrounds there being sheltered. I'm a reading teacher. I got to talk to a child that was fascinated with Harry Potter and just really having conversations that you would have with your friends, your neighbors. So it really helped illuminate to me and break down a lot of kind of misconceptions I had. And it made me want to understand and explore a lot more about this organization. So that began our journey that night. The barn is just a phenomenal facility. Most of the people who are part of Family Promise, this space is their favorite because the people who are part of Family Promise, they travel every week to, it's an interdenominational organization. So they travel to temples, to Catholic churches, all other places. But primarily, they're in church basements, and they are sleeping on blow-up mattresses. And here, as you know, our barn, it's a beautiful facility, and it really gives a sense much more of a family room here. We have a beautiful kitchen. We have an upstairs that's like a rec room. So when they come here, to them, it feels like a home to them. So they love being in this space. We have an incredible outside. When the weather's warm, we go outside and we play ball together. So it's a real sense of community. So the kids love to go upstairs and they play pool with each other. My one son came one particular time, and there's this one child who is an incredible dancer, and my son is not. But my son is a very good pool player. And so this child said to my son, "If you teach me how to play pool, I'll teach you how to dance."
Oh, that's great.
And so that whole week, my son ended up coming, and they would have dinner, and then they'd go upstairs and they'd play pool, and he would teach my son how to dance. But it was a wonderful friendship that had formed, and a friendship that never would have occurred if it weren't for Family Promise. 2 children from completely different backgrounds that probably never would have had this opportunity to really meet and get to know one another, but for this organization and this opportunity. So it's experiences like that that really inspire me. The program is very rigorous. It's a demanding program in certain ways, and it is an all-encompassing program. It's not just a program that's offering shelter. It's a program that says, if you come here, you must attend financial literacy classes. We're going to offer job training to you. We're going to offer parenting classes to you. We'll help you create a resume, because we want to provide an opportunity for you to help get out of this situation. A lot of times families that are in this situation are here because they're working in jobs that are minimum wage jobs, and it's just one hiccup that's going to put them in this situation. But it's extraordinary that these families are willing to commit to everything that they need to enable themselves to get out of the situation that they find themselves in. So it's those types of things that are just incredibly powerful and rewarding.
I wonder, Laura, if you could tell us a little bit about some lessons that you've become aware of or learned through Family Promise and the work that they do.
Oftentimes, Americans have this whole rugged individualism type of outlook where if people say to you, "How are you doing?" we often say, I'm fine, and we just stuff it down. But oftentimes we need help, and it's difficult to accept help. But when help is offered in good faith, you should try and accept it, because oftentimes that's where the most transformation will occur. Family Promise is a prime example of that. These families, you see the extraordinary growth that they have. Mm-hmm. They learn then how to budget their money. They learn parenting skills. They learn job training skills. And the children themselves, they get to see other family networks when they're in these programs. So that's one powerful lesson that I've learned. Every person has something valuable to contribute. Mm-hmm. In Family Promise, sometimes the parents feel beat up and they don't feel their worth. We learned knitting. My mother already knew how to knit, but she learned different stitches.
They even made us scarves.
Yes.
The little girls for Christmas. Yep. Yes.
I learned how to cook different things. So I think that's another important lesson I learned, that we all have something important to contribute. And knowledge is an important thing, but your character is another thing. Mm-hmm. I've learned that these mothers in particular, that they sacrifice a lot in order to come to these programs. It's, in my opinion, very noble that they're willing to give up a lot of their independence to come into this program. But in doing so, they're coming out on the other side. I think there's a great deal of integrity in that. And that is a powerful lesson that I've been able to learn working through the program.
Thank you for sharing that. Sandy, tell us what you enjoy most about spending your evenings here with the families when Family Promise is being hosted by Westside.
I love being with the families. I love children. So it's a great pleasure to be with them. And as a grandmother, I think all grandmothers should always give hugs. Show the kids that they're loved. And I do enjoy like reading and playing games with them and helping them with their homework. But we had a really great experience here. We had a little 1-year-old. I think he was one, wasn't he? Or
I think he was 10 months.
10 months. Okay. And we were all sitting around on the couches talking and watching him walk around. And John took his first steps here with us. It was a great moment.
As you have heard, the work of Family Promise not only transforms the lives of the families in the program, but also of the volunteers who serve. I hope you'll join me in supporting our Lenten Mission campaign to raise $40,000 for Family Promise of Bergen County by Easter Sunday, $1,000 for the 40 days of Lent. Whatever you're able to give and however you're able to give, we thank you for your generosity.